How does your thyroid gland develop? Have you ever wondered how your thyroid gland comes to be? The thyroid gland is the first endocrine gland to develop in a human embryo, starting around the 3rd to 4th week of gestation. It originates from a thickening of the endoderm in the floor of the primitive pharynx. This thickening occurs between two structures known as the tuberculum impar and the copula. From this area, an outpouching forms, which is called the thyroid diverticulum. As development continues, this diverticulum begins as a hollow structure that eventually solidifies. It descends from the base of the tongue down into the neck, moving in front of the pharyngeal gut. By the time it reaches its final position, it sits anterior to the trachea. During this descent, the thyroid remains attached to the tongue by a narrow canal known as the thyroglossal duct, which typically disappears later in development. By around 24 days of embryonic growth, the thyroid diverticulum has formed two lobes that are connected by a central isthmus. By the end of the first trimester, which is about 11 weeks into pregnancy, the thyroid follicles start producing colloid. This colloid is essential for synthesizing thyroid hormones. The gland begins to produce hormones like thyroxine, which are crucial for fetal development, particularly for the maturation of the nervous system. The development of the thyroid gland is closely linked with surrounding structures, including the parathyroid glands that arise from the pharyngeal pouches. The proper formation and hormone production of the thyroid are vital. If there are disruptions during this period, such as iodine deficiency, it can lead to disorders like congenital hypothyroidism and neurological impairments, including cretinism. From the perspective of thyroid disorders, understanding this developmental process is important. Congenital abnormalities of the thyroid, such as ectopic thyroid tissue, agenesis, or dyshormonogenesis, can arise from issues during these early embryological events. Early diagnosis and treatment of these conditions are crucial to prevent long-term complications. In summary, the thyroid gland develops from an endodermal outpouching in the floor of the primitive pharynx. It descends to its position in the neck via the thyroglossal duct, forms two lobes connected by an isthmus, and begins hormone production by the end of the first trimester. This entire process is essential for normal growth and neurological development.